Hey guys, welcome to another podcast. This is your host Brandon Dandon, and I'm here with who's this man?
This is Fish.
I'm here with an actual fish. He's large.
I have a certain amount of time until I have to be back in my tank, but I have just long enough to film this with you guys. So
You guys ever see The Shape of Water? He was definitely not in that. But a lot of people say he looks like the guy.
Yeah. I look like the guy who you see in, one frame. He's not in it very long.
No.
But I look like that guy. So,
Let's get into it. So we just watched a short film on Hulu for Halloween. Sponsor.
Ooh. Yeah.
Called The Hug. We're going to give our thoughts on what we thought was a full-length feature. For a long time. We
were saving this for a special time, and only recently did we realize that it was 5 minutes long.
It's kind of funny in retrospect because it's one of those movies you look at the cover and it's just really funny, and it just looked ironic and dumb. And we're like, we'll just put it off. And then it was a 5-minute short film, very short film.
Oh. It was ridiculous. There was no plot, really.
Barely. It was a scene, is what we saw, essentially.
It looked like it was a scene from a larger movie, but the larger movie was so bad that they couldn't show you the rest of it. So they showed you one scene and said, this is the best scene we got.
Or the short film was 15 minutes long. Or they were aiming for something like that, and the 10 minutes they shot was just garbage. The dialogue and the child actors were just so bad. They were like, alright, 5 minutes. Yeah. Or, even funnier, the directors are like, okay, we have this short film idea. They film it, they send all the footage to the editor sends them back 5 minutes. They love the cut so much, and they don't have a lot of time. They're like, sure, we'll put it on Halloween. That's probably more likely what actually happened, is they liked the cut so much.
You could also tell they were definitely piggybacking off of the popularity of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
That they were hoping that everybody who likes Five Nights at Freddy's would come watch this and be sorely disappointed at how bad it is.
I don't think they thought anybody, or at least maybe someone maybe their target audience was 12-year-olds who are really into the FNAF lore, and were like, dude, there's a short film on Halloween that's just like the games, but it's not really.
Yeah.
And it was actually, I was blown away by the practical effects they used and how well done it was.
It's not as bad as you'd expect it to be, but granted, it's only 5 minutes long, so it's kind of hard to screw up the film.
They don't have a lot of room
minutes.
to mess up in 5 minutes, but it kind of blew me away. Not whoa, my life has been changed, but for all the jokes we made about the cover of this dumb movie, it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
And it really surprised me.
I could definitely, if they came out with the full feature, I would watch this.
Yeah.
Unironically.
Yeah.
Conspiracies.
Okay. So, my parents are really into watching Hunting Hitler. They've just, for the past year and a half, they've been following Hunting Hitler, believing it all as gospel completely. I don't know if I believe all of it, but I do think it's interesting, to talk about how, apparently Hitler made it to Argentina, or at least Nazis made it to Argentina, and there's a lot of proof of that. It's interesting.
So, do you or do you not believe Hitler is still alive today?
I don't think he's still alive today. There's no way with his age. And his health. His health was really bad his entire life, so no. But I do think it's totally possible that the Nazis had a backup plan and knew how to get him out of Germany. They used a body double, and there was some basic evidence. The Allies had a skull segment, of a jaw, from what was believed to be Adolf Hitler. And it might not even been a skull. Well, the jaw. It might have been, I think, the back of his head, a segment of a skull. And they tested the DNA, and it matched to a woman, a German woman. It wasn't even a man. So what was more likely is, because it was Russian. I don't mean to shots fired at the Russians, but what was likely is they were expected to bring something back, remains or whatever I think they actually buried buried what they thought was Hitler or whatever, which is weird thinking that he's the most wanted man alive, and there's no, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you think there'd be something more ceremonious, like, with Bin Laden, they yeeted they tell us that they yeeted his body into the ocean. Like, you think they would do something more ceremonious, like a Darth Vader death, or they, like, burn him on all the things, or I don't know, I just feel like it'd be more dramatic, or they would keep the body, you know what I mean?
Yeah, or we could do, like, a Viking funeral, you know, like, send him out on a boat.
That's what I was talking about, like Vader, like, you burn it out on the water. Thought it'd be something like that, but no.
Or attach explosives to it, you know? Like,
invite the kids,
like
the family.
We can, like, attach it to a trebuchet, shoot it out there, light the explosives. That would be not only a great, like, 4th of July
it's a good morale booster
celebration,
for the country.
but yeah, you know?
Yeah.
And he died in May, so it wasn't like
It's not that
it's
far
not
away.
that far away from 4th of July. Just save it up, attach a bunch of fireworks. Great celebration. One the kids will never forget.
Yeah. And the whole family will come in.
Yeah.
It'd be a beautiful...
It's a
beautiful
show for the whole family.
Show for the whole family with Hitler's corpse. Hitler was a funny person. Not that I act like I knew him. Like, oh, that Adolf. Classic Adolf. But in his living habits, have you ever learned anything about that?
Mm-hmm.
It's fishy. He hated being naked, which I don't understand completely. But he wouldn't bathe naked. He didn't like being naked. He didn't like being seen naked. He just didn't like that feeling.
Maybe he was just hiding the fact that he actually was a woman, you know?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Or he's a hermaphrodite. He's genetically a hermaphrodite his entire life.
Maybe that's why he had this built-up anger and he just, like...
Been oppressed.
Shoved it all on the Jews. Like, I have all this anger towards society, and these Jews, they're easy to pick on.
You're not
It's
exactly
like
wrong of his morale of why he did it, because he wasn't like completely anti-Semitic when he was growing up. But my theory is, if Hitler was as competent as he should be, not that he wasn't crazy, because he was, but I like to think, in my funny mind, this is just for joke reasons, I like to think of Hitler being like, he was a soldier who served in the First World War. In post-World War I, Germany is in shambles, you know, financial state's garbage. I feel like he looked around and he was like, and this is the baseline of why people think he targeted the Jews. Well, the Jews are doing fine financially. They have tons of money. So I bet he looked at the native Germans, he looked at the Jews who were partially outsiders and went, hey, let's go get them. And they're like, why? Because they have more money. You're right. And then everyone's like, let's burn them all. And the Jews are like, wait, what? And like, but we're Germans too. And then they just, war, Holocaust, all at once.
I think you're right in a sense, though.
Like, because I feel like he did kind of have hatred for them, and always did from that point on. But I feel like it's a little convenient that he was like, okay, I'm not trying to be racist right then, guys, but the Jews, they got money. The Germans ain't got money right now. Like, everything's collapsing. Isn't that a little convenient? And the Germans are like, it is.
But what if he actually
really
didn't hate the Jews?
And he just
what
was an
if
act?
He was like, so...
He just convinced everybody else to hate them. And he didn't
I have to, fix Germany in some way, and so that people don't look at the German government as flawed. We need to throw all the blame on someone. And he was like, who's an easy person I can make everybody rally against? The Jews.
Hey!
The Jews are easy to pick on. I love picking on the Jews.
Doesn't everybody?
So he was just like, it's their fault. Just go kill them.
We don't
Like,
need 'em.
gas them,
Gas 'em,
light them
whatever.
on fire,
Whatever.
just throw their bodies in a giant heaping pile and cover it up so that they'll never be seen again. Starve them so that their bodies are so mutilated that you will not be able to recognize them. And then there we go. Now everybody loves me.
I think you've miscalculated so much. Part of me also thinks it would be so funny if it was just an act. Like, Hitler really, really, really didn't care less about really the Jews. And he was like one of those people who's like a cult leader who's in over their head and he can't back out. Like, when the Third Reich's at his highest, he's like, you know what? They suck, right? Like, yeah, they suck. And he's like, actually suck? I don't think they actually.
Mhm.
And like when all the other Nazis are like foaming at the mouth talking about like killing Jews, he's like, yeah, you go do that. Like he's not 100%. But he's like, yeah, soldier, yeah. He goes back in his office and he's like, I don't really care at all.
Like,
I don't know.
Like, it was a rallying cry to be like, hey, look to us now, because we're going to do good for you guys, and these guys kind of hurt you. But everybody else was like, yeah, they were bad. Let's do something to them. And Hitler was like, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah,
I was just trying to make you guys hate him, not actually have to do anything about it.
It's one of those things, too, where, like, I think he was smart enough to realize Germany has a power vacuum right now. They want answers. I got answers. They're probably not right, but they're answers, and that's what Germany needs. A direction, a leader right now. So he was smart enough to be like, all right, guys, I got you.